I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Lavi.
And Salty and Chip.
Doing the Clansman by Iron Maiden.
We all.
Should be interesting.
This one's live in Rio, too.
Live in Rio. So, this is about the KKK? The Clansman?
Oh, I don't know.
Klansman?
I was thinking of like, you know, Ragnar, like Clansman, like that.
Ragnar.
Like,
oh,
yeah,
maybe it would be
I was
some
thinking
Viking
like
shit.
Viking shit. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, you must be excited. I have no idea, though. Maybe it is something about the KKK. Let's see.
I doubt very highly Iron Maiden would do a song about the Ku Klux Klan, but who knows?
Okay.
Time to rock and roll.
Go.
Medieval Scotland, called the Clansman.
Scotland.
The song is about freedom. Which should be something familiar to you all, but which sometimes is not. That is part of a plan to live on higher lands. The air that you breathe, so pure and so clean, when alone in the hills, with a wind in your hair, and a long to feel, just to be free. Is it right to believe in the need to be free? It's a time when you die and without asking why can't you see what they do? They are grinding us down. They are taking our land. Belongs to the clan. Not alone with a dream. Just to want to be free. With the need to belong. I am the Clansman. Come on! Freedom! Let's sing it! Freedom! Freedom! Yeah! Freedom! So time run with fear, so man run with The landlord will change, and sisters could hear what is happening now. Turning their graves, they will all be ashamed. The land of the free, but we're turning change. And I know I won't, but the time is right. And I'll take what's mine. I am the Clansman. And I know I won't, but the time is right. And I'll take what's mine. I am the Clansman. Freedom! I hear you! Freedom! Scream it right now! Freedom!
Wow.
That's good shit, man.
That you
That's
couldn't
good
have seen
shit.
that one not live though. That has to be live.
Right. Ah.
You love stuff like that.
I do. I'm like, yes. Jihad, jihad, jihad.
Oh my gosh.
Ah. Yeah. I wish I was in the metal when these guys were doing this shit, man. Like, I'm very grateful to be at the Korn shows and the Slipknot shows. Fuck all.
But you wish you could have seen
But
these
like
people.
this type of metal,
Yeah.
you know, I wish I was able to. Can you imagine an Iron Maiden Iced Earth bill?
Oh my word.
God almighty. It's just a different feel, man.
Yeah, it is.
Just a different level of musical excellence and
It really is.
And
It really is. Yeah.
you know, like when I like play my shit, especially like when I'm arpeggiating and all that, like I'm
Yeah.
very like these guys like jumping around and doing somersaults and I'm like, not missing a
I'm
note.
like,
I'm like,
I saw
okay,
him jumping off that stuff.
all right. And he's like,
Yeah.
like a drumstick, like
Then he did like this weird like split thing with his
a little
leg.
split
Like,
thing. I was like, first of all, those guys are in shape.
Yep,
old
that's
as
what I
hell.
was
They're
thinking.
doing all that shit.
yep.
God
I'm like, I wouldn't
almighty.
jump off something like that. Not with my Achilles like it is. No way.
God almighty. Okay, so the Clansman, this is like Braveheart.
was-
This is Braveheart shit. This is,
Yeah.
you know, the Highlands, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it Scotland?
Yeah, William Wallace,
Yeah.
Clansman.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, though, when he says, it feels good to be proud and be free in a race that is part of the clan.
Yep.
I'm very, very big on that. Be proud of your fucking race, man.
Yeah.
This fucking political correctness shit has gone way too far.
I totally agree.
It's way too far.
I totally agree. Be proud of where you came from.
God almighty. You know, Paul says, my kinsman according to the flesh.
Yep.
Like, Paul was like a world guy who was going
Yep.
out to the world, but his people were his folk. His folk were his folk.
Amen.
You know, like, watching, I bet you anything if they, if there was a show as well written as Vikings of all cultures, I'm sure we'd fall in love with all cultures.
No, you're right.
You know what I
think
mean?
You're right.
So it's like, I'm looking at the Viking shit and I'm like falling in love with Norway. Like, yes,
Yes,
Norway,
I know.
you fucking pagan motherfuckers. Go ahead and stop killing people. But other than that, like, and
Never mind that you worship a false god.
yeah, just
What is this channel coming to?
yeah, that's true too. Like,
Minor detail.
yeah. Oh, they had Athelstan. Athelstan was there.
Yeah.
You know, what's his face? Ragnar did the Lord's Prayer. Inshallah, we'll see him. Inshallah, we'll see. He was killed at the hands. Oh, well, what the fuck? Were the Christians like real good Christians? They fucking killing and raping and all that
I wasn't
shit.
talking
I
about.
didn't really see much material
I was
difference
talking about
between
the one
Christians
true God.
and
That's the only
pagans.
thing. I never said Christians.
That's right. That's the la ilaha illallah. You're right. You're right. There's only one God. I agree. Halas. But this is like some like. But it's just it's a fucking human spirit, man.
That went down the wrong pipe.
We'll just take a pause. Yeah. just a human spirit. You serious? All right. It's just a human spirit. Every time I say that, this is not going on the recording.
Yeah, it is. I did it on purpose. Go ahead.
Oh, you're such a ridiculous person.
I gave them eyes.
So frustrating. Here I'm saying some like existentially important shit, and there you go.
All right.
Yeah, but just like pride in where you were born.
I agree.
Just because you're saying I'm proud of where I was born doesn't mean you're downing another culture. You're just saying I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm from Norway. I'm from the Highlands. I'm from Africa. We are the teachers of the world. We are the original man. Mm-hmm. We are.
Mm-hmm. I used to sing the song every 4th of July. Proud to be an American.
Because at least I know I'm free.
Yep.
Yeah, because nobody else is free but Americans. No, everybody else is in slavery.
Yep.
Except for Americans. I never sang that song. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. No, but like for real, like, you know, like my mom had me reading a lot of, you know, Pan-African stuff and Marcus Garvey and Alex Haley and all that, and like getting me an understanding of like my pride of self and who I am and who I came from, what my roots were, and what our people's contribution to the world was, and you know, obviously there's a strategy behind it because, you know, we were in an all-white place in the 80s, and you know, people were not as open-minded as they are now, quote unquote. I.e., the racist motherfuckers were a lot more public than they were. Of course, now, you know, that certain political situations, the racist motherfuckers are back. But, you know, so like I had to get she gave me a strong sense of, you're a prince.
That's good.
You're a prince.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you any different. And this is where you came from. And this is what we did. And this is, you know, you're descended from, you know, Akhenaten. You know?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, oh, okay. Like, and and of course overlaying under that was a lot of Christianity, which was, you know, has a lot of, you know, things
I think we need to work on that with the kids.
Be proud of. What do you mean? Because
they're mad proud, but they're proud just because their skin is dark. That's it. Like, it doesn't go any deeper than that. Literally.
How do you know that? Have
because
you had that
I talk to them all the time, and they say it all the time. Oh. They think if anybody subs something, it's because they have lighter skin. Like if.
Oh, you do have a hard time in the sun.
Finn.
You're melaninally deficient. No, but my point is, I love that. I love that, and I fear that a song or a line like that would not be like, people would get triggered by that immediately. It feels good to be proud and free and a race that's part of a clan, because, you know, it's very.
People would be triggered. I think that's crazy. I think that's good. I think people should be proud of where they came from.
Yeah.
And we've said it before, like, it says in Revelation that every tribe, language, tongue, and nation is going to be around the throne worshiping God.
That's what's operative.
So that means that there's distinctions, and those distinctions are so freaking beautiful. When you see them, like, doing like that dance thing at the end and stuff, like, and then, like, there was that other tribe thing that we saw where the guys were, like, making all these faces.
Yeah. From New Zealand.
Yeah. And, like, it's like, whoa, and like all these different
the Maori
cultures.
people, I think it's called. And that is so beautiful, because they're actually saying something, and it was one of them was for a wedding. Yeah. And it's the father-in-law or the father talking to the young man who's about to get married. It's so beautiful. He's like, my son, tell me your troubles. You know, life is hard, but stick to your principles. Hold on to your faith. Don't compromise who you are, and God will see you through. Oh, just beautiful. Like, it's like, how the hell did he keep it? None of them ever keep it together. They always cry. Like these big, strong men who pound their chests, they always, because it's such a beautiful moment. But it's like, that culture, they fucking mastered that shit. You know, and like,
the people, the other day when we were pulling out, and there was like all these, you know.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I forgot to post that on Instagram.
You didn't post it?
No, I forgot. We're going to post that on Instagram, because it was like.
I'm going to add it in right now.
It was this African group.
This is it.
This is it right here. This African. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing?
And this is what they were doing, like, right?
Yeah, and he was like, we're practicing, this is for a wedding. I was like, no shit. Like, here we go. Like, you know, it's like, all these different cultures are just so amazing, and God is too big to be imaged by one culture. And like, when I see somebody say, I'm proud of my culture, I'm proud of my race, I'm proud of where I'm from, I'm hearing like, we represent God as a people collectively in a way that nobody else can. And I think that's true. I think that these people, they image God in a way that's unbelievably fascinating and should be celebrated. And you know, I'm going to spend the first 10,000 years of eternity just learning from all these different cultures, and I genuinely feel I'm going to run into a Viking and then sit me down and you know, wear one of those hairstyles for 1,000 years and then like go back. I'm dead serious. Like it's amazing. Human beings are just, I love them. I figured that out. Like I love human beings.
You do.
I do. I love people, man.
Downright deep.
I love them, and I love when they get together and create culture. I love it. I think it's great, and I think it's really sad and tragic that we've got PC police who are telling whole segments of our society to be ashamed of who they are and where they came from. Like every culture and society has had people that have done dirt and evil shit. This is once again where the doctrine of original sin comes in really handy, because now it's like, oh, there's a certain segment of, oh yes, sure they had evil shit in their past, but why are we pretending like only one segment of people have had evil shit in the past? Yeah. They've also done incredibly great things and contributed to the world in ways that only they have contributed. Yeah. So why are we like every other, like all the brown peoples of the world, like they're completely innocent? Like they've never done anything wrong ever. Only white people have done wrong shit. Like get the fuck out of here. Like get the fuck out of here. Seriously. Like everybody has done evil shit.
First time you hear about slavery in the
it was the fucking Testament. Egyptians chucking the people in the water in the fucking Nile. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's like I'm tired of it. Like let's all like, but that's kind of like the balance that the New Testament tries to strike, where now because of Christianity, like these barriers that you used to have between Jewish and non-Jewish people get torn down literally. Yeah. And now because there was literally a dividing wall in the temple, and it basically said, look, if you're a non-Jew and you pass this part, that your blood's on your own head. Whatever happens to you is your own damn fault. And then Christianity comes in and says, actually, we're just going to squish everybody together. And there's all this conflict because there's rich people, there's Jewish people, there's Gentile people, there's barbarians, there's Scythians, there's so many different cultures, and then so Paul's like, hey guys, you're all one in Christ. Like those distinctions are gone. While at the same time, you also have the New Testament saying, you know, there's Scythians, Jewish, Parthians, it's like, okay, like, oh, this is another biblical contradiction. Or it's saying there is a bad way to have racial distinctions. Yeah. And those ways are gone because of Jesus. And a good way to have racial distinctions. And those things we need to ratchet up to 10. Yeah. We don't need to, like stop being who we are. We actually be more of who you are now. Because now we found the telos, we found the purpose for why your culture is different. Yeah. And so it's like this. So the New Testament is like trying to kind of like work this out, and you see the leaders of the New Testament church like slowly figuring this out as the narrative goes on from really Acts to Revelation. Really, it starts at the beginning. Where they're like, why are you talking to the Samaritan woman? Yeah. Yeah. You know, and it arcs. Yeah. You know, and you even see Jesus, like he first starts like, oh, I'm only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and all the Jews are like, that's right. But then like at the end he goes, well, I have other sheep too that are not of this. And then at the end it's like, go to all nations. And then like they didn't understand the implications of what that meant. Yeah. And so it had to get worked out. And it doesn't really get worked out until the end of the Bible, Revelation, to when the full picture is in there, because they still didn't get it, obviously. Right. So it's just, I just love this. It was such a, I just resonated with this so much, like the fucking celebration of who you are in the human spirit to be free. You know, because that's one of the implications from our perspective of being born in the image and likeness of God, because it says that man, plural as a whole, as a collective,
mankind
is to have men and women. Yeah. Genesis 1:26 is to have dominion over the whole earth, which and then, you know, Psalm 8 says, verse 5, verse 6, and you crown them with glory and honor. Yeah. So what happens when a human oppresses another human? It's like, no, like you're a king, but so am I. we're not doing this thing. We're not doing this thing where, like, right from the beginning, it's like we're all crowned with glory and honor. We're all kings and queens. Like, we're all supposed to rule together. I'm not supposed to rule you. You're not supposed to rule me. Like, let's get it straight. And if we have to do jihad for people to figure that out, it's unfortunate, but that's basically the story of human history, because we haven't figured out that we're supposed to rule this whole shit together.
Right.
Like, it's not just...
If we were doing that, there wouldn't be world hunger, and the wars wouldn't be what they are, because everybody would be working together and realizing that this is ours. We're a team.
Exactly.
You know, but we split all up.
Right.
And when we split all up, then we start fighting each other, and then we say, oh, it's got to be the race thing that's the problem. It's got to be the... No, it's just your mindsets are off, and so you think you got to, you know, fight against other people that you should rule with. But,
and it's a simultaneous thing that, again, that I just find so compelling about the Bible, that it says that you're in the image and likeness of God, you're crowned with glory and honor, and so you have the ability to do amazing shit like this. While at the same time, you have a sinful nature, and so that's why race creates division. There's nothing wrong with race. There's nothing wrong with culture. You become a racist when you combine race with the sinful nature. You become a sexist when you combine, you know, your gender with human nature. And so it's like, you know, you become a Christianist. You know, like my friend Mark, who's a hardcore Roman Catholic, very famous guy. He calls them Christianists. You know, these like hardcore right-wing Christians who have zero compassion for anyone. Very pro-death penalty, and I'm not saying if you're pro-death penalty you're a Christianist. And he's talking about just like complete cutthroat, cold-hearted motherfuckers. He calls them Christianists, which is when the doctrine of Christ gets interfaced with the sinful nature. And he's right. And you have Christianists, and you have Islamists, and you have racists, and you have sexists, and you have atheistists, and you know, whatever, as much as they want to deny it. You know what I mean? So it's like. How do you explain how much greatness and ugliness can exist in the same being? And I think the Bible, to me, has the clearest explanation, because now it's like, at the same time, there's all this beauty about their particular culture and pride. At the same time, he's talking about bloodshed. And he's talking about killing people. He's talking about killing other, you know, image bearers of God to get what he wants, but at the same time...
Well, he said, basically, it was... to taking our land that belongs to the clans.
That's the English.
But
the English
again,
came and took all their shit.
But again, that's that whole like, this is ours and we'll, you know, defend it bloodshed, instead of saying, okay, all of this is collectively ours and we'll, you know, divide up and love each other, and you know, like.
Yeah, but the English weren't like that. The English had this, you know, divine mandate. That they were going to inherit the world by jihad. So. It's like you couldn't reason with them because they literally felt like they were superior to everybody around. You know, it was like Braveheart when somebody would get married and the English dude would come and like, you know, you can't do that to people. Motherfuckers are gonna get, they're gonna get armed and they're gonna fuck you up. You know, but so like I'm not judging that. Like I get it, because you know you weren't, you know, always saying like obey your masters, because there were all these like side sort of insurrectionists that were coming up and saying we're not going to take this, and so let's get violent. So Paul's saying whenever you see slaves obey your masters, he's saying don't take part in any of these insurrections, because I mean history shows us what happened. They all got crucified, they all got killed. And Paul's saying, look, if you're going to get killed for Christ. Don't get killed for that shit. Don't get involved in that shit. But at the same time, in 1 Corinthians 7, he says, do not become slaves of men. And if you're a slave and you can get free, get free. Because you're only the slave of God. You're only supposed to, you know, you were born to only serve God in that sense. So again, there's that balance. But I understand that, you know, you can only do that to human beings so long before they say, fuck this shit. We're not turning the other cheek. Like they're gonna load up and they're gonna go and take care of business, you know? So it's like, it's sad simultaneously, but at the same time, like just the spirit of it, I felt like they honored those people, and I don't know.
I thought so too.
I don't know if well, there's a picture right there. There's a Clansman and there's an English flag in the back, and then he's got the he looks like a rugged motherfucker. Look at that shit. With a sword and shit. Look at that. I don't know if like any of these guys have this in their blood or whatnot, but whether they do or not, one of them must have. I don't know. But whether they do or not, man, they definitely represented right. For sure.
I'd agree with that.
For sure. I love this song. It's really good. I like the energy. I love human beings. Good Lord.
What are you giving it? A 10?
A 10, obviously. I know.
I think I'm a 9.
What I want.
9.
When the time is right. All right. It's a 10 for me, 9 for her. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Song for everybody out there, song based in medieval Scotland, called the Clansman. The song is about